Hello, and how's it going today? It's me, Frankie Nelson. Yes, I don't often introduce myself in my videos, I had to get straight to it. But I figured this why not try something different. In this case, for people that don't know who I am, my name is in, the channel, it's Frankie Nelson. And I'm back with a movie review called Snowfalls. Now, when I read about this movie, I thought it was going to be good. It sounded good. It had makes of like my type of movie, and when I first seen it, it's like there's actors, the actors in there reminded me. It kind of felt like a bad CGI Gator vibes. I don't know, right? It's strange. I don't often compare a bad movie and make it similar to a movie that sounds a bit better. But it did. It's about these friends that go on vacation to a place called Snowfalls. Now, for the first half an hour of the movie, it isn't really that good. It's just mostly just a bit playful, both talking, nothing really happens. It gets quite boring. That's a big disappointment in the movie. I'm expecting something to happen after the first 15 minutes, but it doesn't after the first half an hour. But then from there, it starts to get a bit weird, right? It starts, you got scenes like the guy that has, that purposely sets himself on, sets his hands, puts on the stove and, like burns himself on purpose. Then you got a woman that, seen by the woman cuts open her stomach, and then you got another scene that, some guy trying to act crazy, trying to break down teeth to get more firewood. Then you got a scene of like a woman, guy that hallucinates of like a snowman baking a window, which I think is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Really, to be honest, it's that's why I thought, okay, this could get really interesting. Hallucinate about something like that. I mean, if I miss anything out, just let me know. But I'm going to get through the whole of this movie. This movie is about an hour and 19 minutes long, to be precise. Which, okay, the duration is not, for me, is not what made it. It wasn't, it was a bit dull, the movie. Like, there was good scenes in it. Like, you see a hand grabbing the dude's head, and you see like a guy getting lured in by his friend who hasn't watching his friend, he was hallucinating. It's at the shower to, I don't know, it was kind of a strange one. The ending I didn't understand either, where the woman at the end was like, this piece of it says, how many of you are there in survivors? And the woman said, oh, it's just two of us. And the guy said, us. And then she was like, she looked and the guy wasn't even there. So there's not really much detail in the movie apart from the hallucination bits. And I find that pretty interesting. And there is one scene where they do eat the snow, and the snow is like contaminated or something like that as they get a feeling of it. And what I don't seem to get is, yeah, it's a typical horror movie of, oh, they're in a cabin, it's something gonna happen, or that paranormal type stuff gonna come into it, and it's typical, right? But it's common sense. Like, this is why I wouldn't do anything like that. I wouldn't even stay at a cabin for a day. Yeah, if somebody told me to do that for YouTube, I probably might, just for the sake of views and stuff like that, or like going camping. But I wouldn't stay for a week. I'd rather stay for like at least a day, or like at least 2 days. I'm not gonna be going out there and being like, oh, yeah, let's go out there forever. It might be interesting. If you know, yeah. But I wouldn't do it for ages like that. It's a bit too now. It's too scary for me. And, you got these characters that say, well, it's part of, we're all losing our minds or hallucinating. But the hallucinations for them felt real, and I do believe it is kind of, like when people have hallucinations, I do believe it is kind of real, to be honest with you. I know I'm going a bit off topic, but it's true, like, and for anybody in the comments, can you please tell me what was actually happening? I know they were having like some sort of hallucinations from the snow and they were cold, hypothermia played a part, but there's got to be more of a deeper reasons to what was going on in the movie. And I didn't want the ending to be like that. I wanted it to be like, I wanted there to be more to the ending instead of her just be like getting upset about stuff and everybody else died and so that film didn't grip me as I thought it would. And I was gonna watch Mothers of Monsters, but then I was just like, pick a movie that's like, 7 to 18 minutes long in between that. And I'm glad I did, but it's not the movie, it's not the type of movie I was expecting. Well, I'm disappointed by it. But making movies, I get it took long to make, and I mean, at least they made a movie, right? I get it takes long to make, and the duration isn't what made it dull. You can have a movie that's an hour and 20 minutes long, right? And it can be brilliant. But this is a sort of movie where it didn't escalate as much as I thought it would. I do like movies that the characters hallucinate. I thought it was gonna be sort of ending where she was hallucinating the entire time and she was always like dreaming about all this. But it turned out to be one of those things where it just ended like that. Like a brief ending. It was really disappointing, to be honest. It wasn't the worst movie in the world, but it's a very average movie. And there's not really much as I can explain about this movie. And also just so one word as well, I did add in something extra in my Saw X movie review in the description, my Insidious Red Door, movie review. I did link down the other, Insidious and Saw movie reviews on those two videos. So check that. I don't think people look at my descriptions enough. So I decided to put that bit up there just in case you watch those videos first. But if you want, watch this movie for yourself and, see what you think of it. I mean, I rate it a 5 out of 10 personally. I do think it's an average movie. I think it could have been better. Now, yeah, if there was more improvement, if it was more scary and the acting was slightly on point and there was more storyline to it, more dialogue and more that bit of a twist at the end, it would have been a 7 at least. But a 5 out of 10 is about right. It's not a terrible movie. I think it needed a bit of work, but whoever made the movie, you needed more. Don't just be like, oh, it was scary when we watched it. Well, to you it might have been good, to the producer and writers, but when you think of how the viewers are gonna watch it, I don't think these people watch it back. I don't think I was also looking for a found footage movie. Any recommendations for good found footage movie, put them in the comments. But I don't think people watch these movies enough. It's got to be gripped as an audience, so no one can't know, so they can't look to down for it's terrifying. It wasn't to me. I thought it was gonna be jump scary. It actually wasn't. It was kind of dull if I'm being honest. It didn't grip me from the first minute, but I wanted to know a bit more about towards the end. I was curious, but it didn't. It didn't grip me at all. I don't want to go on and on about this, by the way. I'm gonna end it here. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like, comment, share with everyone you know, subscribe and hit the bell notification below. I'll see you in my next video.